Hey guys, I have here my new LED floor lamp, and in this video we want to explain to you how to assemble one of these. Also, in case you want to get one of these lamps exactly, I'm going to leave a link to it in the comment section below. Okay, so now first let's have a look at what's inside of this package here. It's pretty well wrapped up. So we have here the pole that we first have to assemble, and of course here assembly instructions, and then also it comes with the LED light bulb as well. So then this package here has two sides, so we need to open up the second side as well. And in there we find here the heavy base, and then also the wrapped up or rolled up lampshade. So this is the fabric part, and then there's also here these wires or wire frames. First let's assemble the lampshade. That's relatively easy, and it's a pretty neat idea on how you do this. So first you see this is the Velcro here on the ends of the lampshade fabric. Then we take one of these wire assemblies here, and we're going to, this is the top one, and we have to hold this in the right direction. So this way is how we want to assemble this. So the one, this middle part, that has to face downwards. So in this case right now as we're holding it, or it has to face into the lampshade. And then the fabric here, that has these little hooks, metal hooks, and we're going to clip those on this wire, on the circle here. And we have to make sure that we really make sure that the fabric is taut on here, because then at the end we have to put the last hook over here, and then the Velcro should line up and it should stick together. We're going to repeat that with the second piece of wire as well. Also here we have to make sure that it's nice and taut. This second part is actually a little bit more difficult, but then it is also possible. And then check again that the Velcro is really lining up, and you can't see any of the Velcro by the time you have assembled here the lampshade. This is how that should look like. And now let's continue with the pole. And there's a lot of plastic foil around it, and so let's take this all off. It's all there to protect the metal poles from getting scratched. And now let's have a look here. We're starting out with the top of the lamp. So you see here this little thread, and that goes into the first pole here. But first there's also here this little plastic cover here to protect the pole. So we're going to take this off. We don't need this anymore. We can throw this away. Now we have to feed the cable here through, or we have to feed that piece of pole over the cable so that we can actually connect the two pieces of metal and twist those together. You see here the thread, outside thread and the inside thread. I'm just going to line them up really nicely and twist those together. Make sure you don't cross thread these, otherwise you may damage that threading. So make sure that it goes together real nice and easy. And then we have to repeat this, of course, now 3 more times with all the pieces that we have here, all those pipe pieces. Always make sure to first remove that piece of plastic, this protective plastic, and then keep going. Always make sure you don't cross thread this, and pull out the wire before we put these pieces together. Now here the last part, the last piece of pipe, that's the hardest one. Just here the wire comes out on the side, so we have to pull it out of there, and then again twist the threading together. And now we have to kind of hold the wire here in place, otherwise we're going to twist this the entire time we're going to thread the two pipes together. See, and if you just hold the wire while you're threading it, you're kind of preventing that from happening. So otherwise your wire gets all twisted up, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so now that we have this pole assembled, now we can install the base. We can attach this pole to the base. This is probably the hardest part, because here you have to really make sure that you hold that pole really straight while you're threading it onto the top of the base here. So make sure you really have this aligned right, and if you feel it's getting really difficult to twist or to turn, then maybe start over. Also here the cable here in this case now of course gets twisted all around that pole. So you have to make sure just to twist the cable also while you're screwing on this pole. Luckily we don't have to have a lot of revolutions here, it's probably like 5 or 6 times total. And then make sure that this is really nice and taut and doesn't wobble anymore. So then the next part is to put on the lampshade. To do that we have to first twist off here this little plastic ring that's right on here. So you see this one, and then we take the shade and we're going to hold it just like this here. So remember that I explained you have to put this metal ring here, or this wireframe, on the right way. So this is why, otherwise it would look funny. So now we're going to stick this on here, and then we're twisting on that plastic ring again, and this will hold our lampshade in position. And then last step is of course here the light bulb. We're going to twist this, put this in here as well. Also make sure this is nice and taut, don't over tighten it, otherwise this is all plastic and will break. And then the last step is here of course to plug it into an outlet, and now we can try it out. And all we have to do is here push the button. And this bulb actually comes with 3 different color temperatures, so every time you turn it on, the color temperature is going to change to a different color. Yeah, and that was already it for this video. Hope you found the information helpful, and if you have any more questions or comments, then please leave a message below.